Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm going to share with you my knockoff kit inspired by the new Simple Vintage Berryfields collection by Simple Stories. So I'll start with the papers first. Now when I build knockoff kits, I do pull a lot of papers. So what I do is I pull out all the papers and then I pare down once I've finished gathering. So what I'll do is I'll share one piece of paper and then I'll show you what else that I'll be putting back, which would also be another good option. So the first piece we're looking at is this strawberry one and the gingham. The first one is from Maggie Holmes and I would say it's from the Flourish or Bloom collection. As you can see, the lemons are already missing, and that's most likely what I'm going to do with the strawberries here. I'll fussy cut them out and use them as ephemera on my layouts. The other options I thought would work is these two pieces, which are also from Maggie Holmes. This one is from Market Square and I think this one's from Magical Forest. Next up is the gingham. This is the one that I've chosen. It's from Kaisercraft and the paper pad's called Too Cool for School and it's single-sided. The other option would be this Simple Stories one from Summer Lovin', which has got the two sizes of the gingham. Now this piece of paper I'm skipping. I am using a stamp instead to represent the mason jars, and I'll show that in my embellishments at the end of this video. I'm also skipping the mint because I don't care for the pattern. So we'll be moving along to the red. This one is by Paige Evans, Bungalow Lane. And I thought it was a great design to complement the flowers. The other options is this one by Kaisercraft, Merry Medley, and it has also got a plain with the music notes on the back. The other one I was looking at is this one by Paige Evans, Bungalow Lane. I didn't choose this one because I thought there would be too many flowers and I wanted to mix the designs up. Looking at the text on the other side, I do not have anything like this in my stash, so I've just supplemented it with something else. I've gone with this one. It's got some text and tickets and the doily on the side. And this one is from Kaisercraft, Grand Bazaar. Now the other option for this piece, I've decided to add to the end of my kit, so you'll see it later on. The next paper is this ledger. This one's by Kaisercraft from Pen and Ink. And that's the other side. Now the other options, I've got Simple Stories travel notes, the cream ledger from Simple Stories with the wood grain on the back, this one from Vicky Bouton Print Shop with the sunglasses on the back, this one's Maggie Holmes Market Square, single-sided. I haven't chosen anything for this patchwork one because I figured that I could always replicate that with scraps later on. So we'll move along to the blue. This one's from Paige Evans Bungalow Lane and it's single-sided. The other options would be this one from Print Shop, Vicky Bouton, or the flowers from Bungalow Lane. This is a good option, however the flowers are of a yellowy brown, not a yellow like the gingham here. Next is the grid. I went with this one. It's from Kaisercraft Crafternoon collection. The other options is this one by Simple Stories with the wood grain on the back. This one by Pink Fresh from the Noteworthy collection. Or this one from Crafternoon by Kaisercraft. Looking at this one now, the yellow I have skipped. I do not have anything in my stash to substitute, so I've just gone with the stripe. So this one I rescued from the purge bin. It's a Christmas line and it's by Die Cuts with a View. I think the collection may have been called Peppermint, with the red trucks on the back. This is another option, and this was also a rescue paper from the purge bin from the same collection. Next up, we're looking at the small flowers here. Now I've gone with a larger flower, and it's a nice multicolour, and I think it will complement the other papers that I've chosen. And this one's from Crafternoon by Kaisercraft. The other paper that I was looking at is this one by Die Cuts with a View. It's got a nice small floral. However, I didn't choose it because of the green, because I've decided to skip the green altogether with putting the papers together, only because of the red. Mixing red and green together, I end up with Christmas. With the birds on the back. Next is this yellow one. I've chosen this one by Amy Tangerine, Late Afternoon, and it's single-sided. The other option is also from Amy Tangerine, Late Afternoon. I've decided to skip over the tags because I've got a tag die that I can use to replicate these using the papers that I've chosen. The same with the journaling cards. I can always make that with the scraps and other, 3x4 cards I have in my stash. I've also decided to skip over this butterfly paper because I do not have anything in my stash similar to it. But I will show you in my embellishments how I'm using this as inspiration to make embellishments. And what's left is the ledger, which I already have which I have already chosen. So moving along to the wood grain. This is from Simple Stories. It's got the white notebook on the back. Another option is the Kaisercraft wood grain from, I think, the Base Coats collection. Again, the 3x4s, I will just use ephemera and my scraps to embellish my layouts. So I'll move on to the ruler. This is the one I've chosen from Kaisercraft Crafternoon. The colours work. Got a variety of colours here with a plain white on the back. I have also got some branding strips that I'm finding around in my space that would also work with this kit. The other options I have is this one from the Documented Collection, Kaisercraft, with the grid on the back, or this other Kaisercraft paper, which I think is from the Miss Betty collection. The next paper, which I have decided to skip, which is the blue-green gingham, because I've already got gingham in here. But if I do decide to that I want it down the track, I have got it in my options. It's this one by Simple Stories, Summer Lovin'. Or this one, which is also a Simple Stories paper from Country Harvest. Now I have got some extras. So I've got this one by Kaisercraft, and it's from the Ladylike collection. I've got this one, which is from Crafternoon by Kaisercraft. So the papers I'm going to show next are purely for fuster cutting, just so I can get the elements from the 3x4 cards and tags. Got the postcards. This is from Kaisercraft, and it would be from the Timeless Classics paper pad. The Viewfinders from Mr. Fox, also by Kaisercraft. The Doilies from Crafternoon, Kaisercraft. And this one from Echo Park by I'd Rather Be Crafting by Laurie Whitlock. So I also have some scraps here. As you can see, I've got some border strips with the butterflies, the rulers, and the floral from this 12x12 that I've picked. I've also got the postcards and just some other scraps just to get me started, and in the same colour combination of what I've chosen. I didn't choose too many scraps because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with paper. Next up, I'm going to show you the stickers. This sheet's from Simple Vintage Farmhouse Garden. It's got the butterflies, it's also got the roosters, and some of the colours work as well, so it would be nice to try and use some of the stickers off this sheet with this collection. If I'm looking for strawberries, Summer Farmhouse has got it. And it's also got the truck. Looking at other collections, Apron Strings has also got the chickens, and Homegrown has also got the truck and the chickens. So all of this is going to be nearby, but it's not going to be in my plastic bag for this kit. So I have chosen this alphabet, which matches the font in the collection. I'm hoping that I'll be able to spell some words with it. Otherwise, I will move this out of my space. Moving on to tools, I've got the mason jar. This is from Darkroom Door. This one's also from Darkroom Door. It's a month stamp, which I thought is a good option instead of the bingo cards. I've also got a lettering stamp, my labels, so I've also chosen this stamp set because of the dies. The embossing folder I've chosen is this one because I thought it looked very similar to this blue geometric here. I've got some word stickers. These are from Cosmo Cricket. Now moving on to ephemera. Does anyone remember Jelly Bean Soup Mix the Media packs? I think they came with the die cuts, buttons, and I think there may have been twine in there too. I have got a mixture of packs in here because I think they were separated by colour. So as you can see, I've got the red, green, blue, and I think there's yellow in here. I think there's some yellow in here. See, elements like this reminded me that I have this already in my stash. It's also got bingo cards inside. They are larger than what the 3x4s are. And the larger pieces down the bottom I can use for journaling. Now I originally bought these for junk journals, so it would be actually nice to see these go on some layouts. So in this tray I have just got some bits and pieces. So I've got a doily, some 6x6 papers, some die cuts. I think these are from Labelle. I've used the papers, but as you can see they've got the bingo cards and butterflies, and some of the colours will work with these papers. More cards from Chili Bean Soup. And I also did some stamping. So I also did some stamping. I pulled the colours which match the collection, minus the green. I'll show you the mason jar first. So I didn't do too many, I just did one in each colour, just so it can get me started on some cluster bases for layouts, so I'm ready to scrap. I also thought I'd try using tone on tone paper, which you see on this piece here. So this is what inspired me to do the stamping, and I quite like the result. The same goes for the butterflies. I drew the inspiration from this piece here and decided to stamp and make my own die cut pieces. Again, I used the colours from the collection to stamp the butterflies, and I am going to use my die so I get a nice finish with my stamping. As you can see, that looks very similar to what is shown here. And I replicated it with the labels too. And I didn't do too many because I just wanted it to be enough to create layouts and not be overwhelmed with bits and pieces. I also came across this. This is a branding strip that I've just chopped in half, which has nice sentiments that I'm going to try and add to my layouts as well. As for finishing touches, such as enamel dots, I am just going to add those when I'm doing the layouts. I think I've got enough here to get started. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what supplies I've pulled together to create this knockoff kit, and that it inspires you to make your own instead of buying. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.